Hi there, my name is Amanda Kaufman.
And I'm Chris Lavelle.
And you are listening to the Crush Method Show. Join us each week for ideas to help you move your coaching business forward into service of others faster and with better results.
We're committed to professionalism and coaching, and we want to help you get it done.
Hi there, my name is Amanda Kaufman.
And I'm Chris Lavelle.
And we're so stoked because it's our favorite time in Texas.
Oh my gosh. Once we get past the allergies, we hit the enjoyable part of spring.
Yeah, it's so funny. It's like here in Fort Worth, all of the blooming and stuff happens in the very early stages and we practically die. Like
everything blooms at the same time.
It's a total disaster. So but after the disaster is over, out come the buttercups.
And then we feel better too.
Yeah, we do.
That's right. You did notice some buttercups the other day on the drive. Yeah.
I did, yeah. We've got tons of these little cute buttercup flowers and it's springtime.
Ooh, time for new beginnings.
Time for new beginnings.
Yeah.
So for the next 4 weeks, we have a series for you all about motivation. Because my favorite time of the year is the beginning of it. Yeah. I love the new year. And I love springtime because it's like you get that little baby push of the new year. So it's a good time to tap into some motivation.
Yeah. Well, everything's fresh and new. The weather is nice outside.
Exactly.
Things like that. Oh, yeah. Yep.
So, Daddy-O.
Yeah.
What are we most focused on today with motivation? What's our first take on this?
We talked about that just a moment ago and kind of teased it, and that's restarting or renewal in this case. It's the beginning again of the year, so spring is a great time for that.
Yes.
Yeah, so renewal in that case.
Renewal, restarting. We actually had a little bit of a debate before we went live with this video blog, and we were talking about the difference between restarting and renewal. So what's the big difference?
So do I need to pull out my definition?
Do you?
I might. So renewal was listed as starting again or beginning. It didn't say beginning again. It was doing something you were doing again. That was renewal in that case. That was the definition I found. Okay. But I viewed restarting as a little different because you could restart entirely differently as opposed to renewal, meaning just doing the same thing over again.
That's a big distinction, right? Because sometimes what we need is renewal. Like we really need to remotivate to doing more of the same.
Yep.
Right? So if you're
running... Because maybe it ain't broke, you just need to do it again.
You just need to do it again, exactly. Yeah. So for me, that's the elliptical.
There you go. Yeah, okay. There you go.
My commitment to the elliptical. But what might be something that we may choose to restart?
So you could restart commitment to a business. Like you could start seeking to sell your services again as a coach, for example. Maybe you've put it on hiatus, said, nobody's responding or I'm not feeling it. Mm-hmm. I'm going to wait for a while. Well, you could restart that.
Or I think what really came up for me was maybe you had done some promotion work and it just didn't work. Like it wasn't working for you. It didn't vibe. It wasn't connecting with your audience. And so you decide to restart and maybe you change your strategy.
So rather than stop, you restart, to your point. So, hey, the marketing didn't work the first time. You could say, I give up. I'm not going to do it anymore. Or you could restart. And to Amanda's point, you could restart it differently. Try a new angle. Try a new perspective. Try a new approach. Something that engages you creatively, maybe. You did that, actually. At one
Say
point,
more about that.
Yeah. Well, at one point, for example, Facebook. You started with someone to start doing Facebook advertising and looked like it was going to be something that really worked the right direction. Well, then it didn't. And we didn't get quite the results we were expecting. In fact, what you discovered specifically later, is the person had different goals than we thought they had. And it's not that they had bad goals. They just had different goals than we thought they had. But then Amanda restarted with a new approach and really learned the details of how Facebook advertising works. And now she had a goal that was more aligned with what she wanted to do, and she could learn what she specifically needed to actually get that goal going. And now it's been a totally different story. And so that was a restart that went a whole new creative direction.
Yeah, that's a really great example. And, I think sometimes what can be really difficult is knowing, well, when is it time to just hit the reset button and restart versus, oh, I just need to renew my commitment. I need to renew doing the same thing. You know, how do you know which one to do?
Well, for me, the big clue I have that it's time for a restart button is I'm just frustrated and angry by the experience all the time.
So it's an emotional thing.
Yeah. And,
Okay.
you know, and I had a very apropos example. For the last several months, maybe years, I've really been kind of fighting my body in a lot of respects. I've been getting a lot of pain, a lot of discomfort, a lot of joint swelling, a lot of irritation. And that kind of keyed me up from an anxiousness standpoint. So it was not as pleasant to be around at times as I would like to be. Yeah, my lovely bride was very patient with me.
Yes, I was. I was so patient.
But coincidentally, don't know why, haven't puzzled that out yet. I'll have to look that up at some point. But I happened to hit a chance where I could restart for whatever way and reason, and it worked. And so my body is feeling and responding very differently. It's almost like somebody flipped a switch, and now I had a whole new perspective on things. My body didn't hurt as much. There wasn't as much anxiety about exercising. And that may be funny for those who have talked to us before. You know how much I enjoy my exercise, but I was getting anxious before I even exercised, and that was making the exercise less enjoyable. So back to your point, when I was getting frustrated with the exercise, that was telling me something's not right. I need to redo it. I need to restart it from a new perspective, a new angle, a new direction. Something needed to change in what I was doing. So I took a little bit of time off, very little bit of time, but then I restarted it and got a whole different experience out of it.
And you were approaching it in a different way. Like, that's what I'm really hearing is that you use the emotional cues of every time you were going to go and exercise, for example, you were getting very anxious. You use that to tell you, oh, something's not in alignment. So you had made like some dietary adjustments. You had you had an illness that really kind of wiped you out. But on the other side, there was like this cleansing process that went through the recovery.
Oh, absolutely.
And so when you restarted, it was from a completely different alignment.
Yes, absolutely. And you know, that even helped me restart as a father, one of the things I'm also very passionate about, because I wasn't very patient with my kiddos, and I was often kind of keyed up and short-tempered with them in a lot of respects. And this same time allowed me to reset that and restart as a father even, and I'm getting a totally different response from the kiddos on this now. I mean, this is more the father I wanted to be. I think you even said it about me as a spouse. You said, you're a lot more pleasant to be around.
It's true, right?
I can own that.
It is true, and I'm proud of you.
Well, thank you.
And, you know, I think I've been really reflecting a lot about the role of restarting and renewal of commitment to what we're doing in the context of both business building and my own health and fitness. So I'm not quite the gym rat that this guy is.
Mild addiction.
Mild addiction. For me, it's such an intentional thing. Like, I really have to be very intentional about going to the gym, and very intentional, like, big game changer was when we started hiring trainers to work with me.
A coach,
right? Because it just helped me with the accountability. It helped me stay focused and so on.
Well, they brought creative ways to look at exercise that engaged you more interestingly.
Yeah, exactly. So for me, recently, I actually re-engaged with going back into the gym. I renewed my commitment of going to the gym. I didn't have to reset because I already had the plan. I already had the strategies. It was more just showing up to it. So for about 2 weeks, I was out of the gym because I was sick with allergies and all of that kind of stuff.
Legitimate stuff going on.
Yeah, so there was all of that going on, and it struck me as I was warming up on the elliptical, and I'm like, oh, here we go again, right? I'm restarting again, but I realized, oh my goodness, my willingness to restart and renew is one of my most ninja skills.
It really is. It really is. You do not let things stay in your way for long. You instantly jump into execution, and you shift your mindset to support it. And that's what you did yesterday.
It's that willingness to restart and re-engage and renew and just say, hey, you know, I got knocked down, but I'm going to restart. I'm going to re-engage. I'm going to renew. And I think sometimes we get so mired up in the failure, right?
Oh, I failed
not
again.
going. Yes.
Oh, it didn't go the way I wanted again.
Exactly. And so I think tenacity is really all about this appetite for restarting. And when you have an appetite for restarting and renewing your commitment to things, that's where a lot of your motivation is going to come from. Because guess what? I went again today to the gym, day 2.
Yeah, yeah.
And I felt so good afterwards. Now I'm thinking about day 3 and I'm motivated again because I restarted.
Yep.
So was I motivated in getting to the gym that first day? That took like some serious willpower, people.
Yesterday was a tough day for that.
It was hard.
Yeah.
And because I did it, it just brought with it a whole lot of motivation. So we're going to keep talking about this topic of motivation over the next few weeks. I hope you'll join us. I hope you love this. And do your friends a favor that are feeling like they're stuck in a rut and they're never going to get there. Share with them this video or this podcast and just send it to them. Be a cool friend. And we'll see you next week. On that note, we want to thank you so much for tuning in.
Can you please do us a favor? Please go ahead and subscribe to our show. And if you would please take a moment and rate and leave a review of our podcast, it'll really help folks find us.
And if you're a coach who is building your practice, go check out www.thecrushmethod.com to find our latest free trainings and worksheets for coaches committed to making this crazy world of ours a better place.